Alright everybody, how's it going? It is Sunday morning on March 10th, 2019, and I awoke to a flurry of notifications on my cell phone that some guy named Antonio Brown was traded to the Oakland Raiders. Yup, everybody, the Antonio Brown saga has finally come to an end this offseason before it really even started. We won't see it continue into next week. We won't see it continuing deep into Sunday. It's all over. He's an Oakland Raider. And the terms of the trade were pretty good. It was what a lot of people thought was going to happen. They thought the Pittsburgh Steelers' initial asking price of a first round and a player was far too high. Then we seen the Steelers drop it down to just a first round pick and maybe some other picks. And now today we've seen what they actually ended up taking, because nobody was going to give a first round draft pick to a 30-year-old wide receiver that has diva tendencies. So you kind of cause this to yourself, Steelers, to get a third and a fifth round draft pick. That's all the Raiders had to send to the Steelers, was a third and fifth round draft pick in this year's draft. So 2 mid-round draft picks for a future Hall of Fame wide receiver, arguably one of the better ones in the entire game, if not the best in the game, in Antonio Brown. So basically, yep, the Antonio Brown's plan to escape Pittsburgh and get a new contract came to fruition just after midnight early Sunday, when the Steelers and Raiders agreed to terms of a trade. Steelers will receive a third and fifth round pick. Brown also got his contract reworked. Excuse me. He will receive a 3-year deal worth up to $54.125 million. But that's with incentives and all that other stuff. I believe it's also a signing bonus involved in there somewhere. But the actual contract is 3 years, $50.125 million, max value of $54.125 million. $30.125 million of that is guaranteed money, and that is $30.125 more guaranteed than the Steelers were ever going to give the guy. So Brown probably feels a lot more appreciated, a lot more wanted, and a lot more valued. Immediately with the guaranteed money, he got what he wanted, the new deal, the guaranteed money, and he wants to be the entire offense that the team has. And looking at the Raiders roster right now, yeah, he's the only relevant receiver on the entire team, so he's going to be a large portion of the offense. Good move by the Raiders. You give Derek Carr a huge weapon to throw to. John Gruden's plan is starting to come into fruition. Build the team the way he wants it rather than the way the former team has built it. You know, the GM he had fired, and then him and his new guy are already making moves. 2 mid-round draft picks for Antonio Brown. How do you pull that off? You got to have a lot of money, and they have a lot of money to spend by getting rid of all those guys they got rid of last year. You have to have a lot of draft picks. Oh, wait, they have a lot of draft picks because that's all they traded away for last year. So, you know, all those guys they got rid of, hey, all those draft picks starting to pay off, starting to pay fruition. And now they have Antonio Brown, a bunch of money. And I believe they can also sign some guy named Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown's best friend, Oakland. Who knows? I would stay tuned and see if Oakland doesn't wind up signing Le'Veon Bell very, very shortly. So the obvious winners of this are Antonio Brown, Mr. Big Chest himself, Mayock and John Gruden. Raiders receivers to be named later. Obviously, those guys are going to have great years playing with Antonio. Most receivers who play with him have great years. Look at Juju, the Las Vegas season ticket holder. Yeah, think about this. They're going to eventually move out to Las Vegas, the Raiders are, and now they have Antonio Brown. They might get Le'Veon Bell, too. This is very exciting if you're a fan of the future Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr, obviously, the losers in this. Kevin Colbert, the Steelers general manager, he said he was going to get a first-round pick. Significant compensation. 2 mid-round draft picks. Hold this L, the entire Steelers. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Brown only would accept it going to a team ready to pay him. Brown will count as $21 million on Pittsburgh's cap this year, nearly as much as Ben Roethlisberger. Ouch. Dude, that sucks. They just lost. The Steelers are going to hold this hard L on Antonio Brown for quite a while. They're the biggest losers. And very weak defensive backs in the AFC West are about to get torched 6 times a year now, or twice a year for each team. We're going to see these poor AFC West defensive backs get their fucking shit tore up by Mr. Antonio Brown and Derek Carr. And yeah, so officially the trade has happened. The dramas are over. Everybody can finally relax because Antonio Brown is officially traded. He's finally out of Pittsburgh. He's in Oakland. He's with Derek Carr. He's with John Gruden. And now we all have to wonder, what's the next move the Raiders make? Is it Le'Veon? If I'm the GM, if I'm John Gruden, I'm signing Le'Veon if he'll have us. But I don't know. What do you guys think of this trade? Who are the winners? Who are the losers? Let me know down in the comment section below. Good move. I think it was a great move by everybody involved. I think the diva tendencies with Antonio Brown are going to fall by the wayside now that he's not going to be the scapegoat for everything wrong with the team, when it's clearly the diva rapist quarterback in Big Ben, not the receiver who's made him relevant for the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But yeah, that's my personal thoughts. I think a lot of Antonio's actions and interactions have been fueled by hatred of his situation. Now that it's fresh start, fresh everything, we've seen guys like this kind of turn it around and have fun, productive final years. That's my predictions. It's going to be fun. He's going to have fun. And we're going to see Antonio back to being Antonio Brown. We can only hope, right? All right, everybody. I thank you so much for listening to this. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Leave a comment down below with what you think. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Yeah, crazy news. Antonio's a fucking Raider. Who would have thought? Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.